is we made some focaccia bread on the grill. Anybody ever cooked baked on the grill before? Right, see? Aren't you glad you came? So at Barbecues Galore, we don't have an OVEN in our store where we do cooking classes. We don't believe in them because we're Barbecues Galore, we're not ovens galore. So we do everything on the grill. So we make focaccia bread every single night for our cooking classes. And this is not an advertisement, but if you want to jump in on those classes, I've got some cards up here. It's learntogrill.com. You can check out this class schedule. I'm in the Rancho Bernardo location. Go see Chef John Cardona at the Irvine location if you're in that area. Back to the focaccia bread. If you want any recipe from anything we do today, instead of giving you recipe packets, pick up a card and email me, tell me what you want, and I'll email them to you. That way you don't have to worry about people dropping all those recipes all over the fair and people having to pick them up. Focaccia bread. There's a specific recipe. We use two kinds of flours. We use all-purpose flour. We also use bread flour. We use yeast, salt, sugar, and of course warm water. You want to use warm water because actually that activates the yeast. If your water is too hot, you'll actually burn the yeast and it won't rise. If it's too cold, your yeast won't rise as well. So you got to have medium hot water, about 100 to 100 degrees. And once again, you use that meat thermometer. Okay? So 75 degrees, maybe up to 100 at the most. We took that, we put it in a bowl. We add the wet ingredients to the dry ingredients. The wet ingredients, which is the salt, the sugar, and the yeast, and the water, should be mixed up until they start to bubble and foam a little bit. That's saying yeast, saying I'm happy and I'm ready to go. Then you incorporate the dry ingredients in a mixer or by hand if you're really into it. In a mixer until it becomes a dough ball. Put it in a bowl about this size, cover it with some plastic wrap, and let it sit in there for a couple of hours until it doubles in size. Take it out, put it on a sheet tray such as this, pat it down a few times, get some aggression out, and let it rise for about another hour and a half. Then heat up your grill. And you want your grill as hot as possible. Okay? And I always tell people when you grill on something, or even when you're making this bread, you want it as hot as possible. So you want your grill as hot as possible, and then you're going to turn down to one side of the grill. This is indirect heat. Now on a smaller grill, a little bit more difficult because you may only have 2 burners and 3 burners at the most. So if you have 3 burners, lower one down to about low, the other 2 sides on high. Cook it for about, what are we cooking for today? About 25 minutes. Rotate it about every 7 to 10 minutes so that it gets nice and beautiful. Look at this bread right here. Is this awesome? Do you guys see this?
Yeah.
This is awesome. Now we flavor our bread every time we make it with a different rub mix. We have about 100 different rubs and sauces at Barbecues Galore. Today we're using one of my all-time favorites, and I didn't say this yesterday, I promise you. But this is Old Stockyard Steak Seasoning. It's a John Henry brand. It is awesome. We use it on steak. In fact, today we use it on your steak. We also use it in the bread. And if you don't like this bread, I'll be happy to eat it for you, trust me. But it's good. It's got some flavor to it. So we use this on our steak today. We also use it on the bread, so really good flavors. Now, I'm going to pass this around, or actually I'm going to have Mackenzie pass this around. If you want to try some of this, please don't lick the fork, okay? Put some in your hand. I know I say that, oh, but I wouldn't do that. People do it, trust me. So you want to put a little bit of that in your hand, try it. Now, it's got a little spice to it. But when you cook with it, especially on meat, it's not going to have that spice. Matter of fact, it's going to be so flavorful that you won't need to put any more salt or pepper on it. It's really good. Got a little kick to it, right? But it's really good. Good on fish, good on vegetables, good on meat, really good in bread as well. Good on fingers. How's it on fingers? Is it good on fingers? Yeah. Especially clean fingers. Yeah, if you have clean fingers. Okay, so that's what we used in the bread. That's how we made the bread. Questions on the bread? Yes, sir.
Can you use rapid yeast?
Can I use what?
Rapid yeast?
Yes, you can. Absolutely. You can buy a jar of it. You can use the packs if you want. Either way it works. Any other questions for the bread? Okay. So then let's talk about our vegetables next. We took some beautiful asparagus. Now, who cooks with asparagus at home? Great. Do you know how to cut asparagus? How to break off the dry tip to the moist tip? Here, okay, in case you don't, here's asparagus. Any questions? Okay. So, asparagus, when you buy them at the store, a lot of times they're in water, but they don't change the water or add more water regularly. So this part at the bottom here gets dry, naturally dry. And I always say, you know what, if I sat in the box for a week before I went to the store, I'd be pretty thirsty too, but anyway. So what you have to do is you have to bend this, and when it bends and breaks, it's going to be the natural part between the wet and the dry part of the stalk. All you have to do is break it like that. That's where it's wet. I don't know if you can see that, but it's wet there. It's really dry on this side. So you just take it and break it, and then you can cook it any way you want.
Do
So here's how we did this today. I
cut it
took
off.
some asparagus, I broke the ends off,
I cut
and
them
put
all
these
off
on
at
a
one time.
grill topper. Chef Lucas, would you mind bringing over there? Go fast and show up the grill topper. Careful, those are soft. I thought those were hard and I almost fell through them. So Lucas is going to open this up. You see that grill topper there?
Yeah.
These are awesome. You can cook fish, vegetables, anything you want on top of this grill topper. They come in stainless steel. They also come in copper. Now, you heat this up with your grill. You can cook vegetables on there. They're great for seafood. If you've ever done scallops, they're great on the grill. They're even more terrible when they drop through the grill grates. That's terrible. Oh, I spent $75 on scallops and now they're in between the grill on the bottom there. Not so good. Put them on the grill topper. You heat up really good. You don't have to oil them. Don't oil your grill, oil your food. So, case in point, how many people use that Pam grill spray? Okay? You like it? If I brought some out, would you spray some in your mouth? You don't like it that much. Okay, so don't put food on the grill after you spray the grill because your food will absorb that liquid, that oil. What we do is we take that Pam grill spray and we spray it on the grill at the very end. Case in point, have you ever washed your car? Say yes. You wash your car. You ever spray your tires with Armor All? Why do you do that? Besides it looks good. Because it actually conditions your tires. It seals in the tires, right? It makes them look good and it actually seals in the rubber. At the very end of the night, we rub down our grill, we scrape it down, we cool it down, we take that Pam spray, and we spray it on the grill grates. Have you ever gone to use your barbecue, even though it was covered, and the grill grates are all rusted? Yeah? It's because the grill grates are stainless steel most of the time. The moisture creeps in and it gets right to the grill grates. And because that's been heated up, the molecules are open on those grill grates. They'll take anything you give them. And the first thing that usually comes in is that moisture and they will rust. So at the very end of the night, cool down your grill, you scrape down your grill grates, you spray a little bit of that Pam for grill spray on there, and it'll coat down your grill grates until you're ready to use it the next time. You won't get any rust on them. Next time you go to use your grill, we turn it on, that oil will burn off your grill grates, and you're ready to use your grill. Next time you cool it down, do the same thing over and over again. Asparagus, we took them, we put them right on the grill topper. A little bit of grapeseed oil because of the temperature, that's what we need. We just kind of shoved them around a little bit so they started to get nice and brown, and they were nice and green, weren't they? And you choked on one earlier, so I know it was good. She really did. If you weren't here, she actually, I gave her one right off the grill. I said, here, you want to try that? She's like, ah, 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 like that kind of stuff. And then she took a bite out of it, and then it singed her esophagus, and she was choking. So I apologize for that. So anyway, so we put the asparagus, after we grilled it, into a bowl. We put some plaster wrap over the top, because we're not cooking it all the way. We want it to be crunchy and still firm. While it sits in here, it steams up, and it stays nice. As my grandmother would say, it stays nice and nice. Then I took some roasted garlic. So if you're not familiar with garlic, when you roast it, you can put it in the OVEN in a piece of tin foil with some olive oil, a little bit of salt and pepper. Put this up into a ball like this. Put it in the oven for about 35 minutes, about 350, and then check it and make sure that it's soft. You want it to be soft like this. You want it to be soft like that.
Garlic?
Oh, that's good.
Garlic.
So I took some garlic and I put it in here, smashed it up. I added some olive oil to it, some salt and pepper, and some balsamic vinegar. And I shook it up, some salt and pepper, and it's nice and happy in here. Oh, it's so good. I wish you guys were able to try some of it. So we're gonna have that with our steak and our bread. Questions on the asparagus? Okay, you guys are just hungry, I know.